But we're not supposed to just be strong, hard workers. We are supposed to do it as helpers to our husbands. Helpers. We're not just hard workers. The Proverbs 31 woman, she wasn't just praised for her competency. We are called to be a helper to our husband. What does that mean? It means that his life is better. His ministry is blessed because we are a part of it, helping him. Whatever that looks like, whatever his vision that God has given him, we make it better as his helper. This is what we are called to be as wives. See, this new idea of, the trad wife of, women shouldn't make money. This is the question, right? That should women make money? Should women ever contribute financially to the home? Is it wrong? Isn't that just the man's job to do this kind of stuff? The woman should just sit at home. She should just put her makeup on and raise babies. That is all she should do. This question of, should she contribute financially? This idea of, it should just be the man being the breadwinner, it's actually a very new idea. This has never been the case throughout history. We call a trad wife, traditional wife, as though it's something that we've always gone back to, that we should go back to, that the women don't work. But it's a new idea. See, a shift really happened with the Industrial Revolution. Because with the Industrial Revolution, you had all of these factories being built, and you had a lot of men for the first time having to leave their homes to go to work. They had to, get their briefcase, and they had to travel far, leave their wife, leave their kids for like 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours a day to go and work in a factory. And not only that, but after World War II, there was this great economic boom that happened after World War II. And what it meant was there was this really rare point in history, very short period, where for the first time, a middle-class family was able to survive only off of one income. So in 1950s, you get this idealized view of the home, of the nuclear family, where only the husband goes off and works. The wife doesn't need to work. She doesn't need to contribute financially. They'll be okay. And we'll just have our 2 kids. We'll own a house. You go to work. And this was a very short period in history. But this was not a sustainable model. It wasn't a sustainable model. And that's why today, many people in Australia can't afford to even buy a house. You can't even afford a mortgage. A lot of, new mothers cannot even go on maternity leave you can only stay at home for 6 weeks and then you got to go back to work, because we saw this opportunity where, the husbands can just go and make the money. And we said, okay, let's just keep on doing this. But this was never how we ran as societies. See, throughout history, up until this point, it was always the entire family working together as a unit, as an economical force. Before this, there was always like a family-run business that everybody contributed to. So you were a blacksmith family, for example. And the husband, he would, be running the business. He would be doing the hard kind of tough labor work, working with the fire and the dangerous kind of stuff. Now, wives typically did things like she would do the books, she would do the accounting, she would handle the finances. She would take his labor, take his products to the markets and get them sold. So she was kind of doing this type of work. And meanwhile, she's raising children in the process. And the kids, you better believe, they were also part of it. Hey, Charles, you've been born into a blacksmith family. Welcome to the blacksmiths. You're now a blacksmith too. And so the kids, they would also help mom and dad in this family-run business. Same thing, with farmers. You better believe that at harvest time, mom, dad, children, we are all getting our hands dirty, and we're going to make sure we get the crops ready. Why? Because we are family running this thing together. We're on mission together as a unit. It was not just autonomous individuals. You're going off here, I'm doing my own thing, the kids do whatever they want, and we're not going to discipline them because gentle parenting. It was never like that. It was always a family working together as one unit, one mission, one vision. We are one family walking in mission and vision together. We have one assignment under God, and the wife is helping the husband in that mission and assignment. Even to the point where they would all share a last name, a surname that was relevant to the business that they all ran. So you guys were blacksmiths? Well, you're the Smith family. So Tim and Maggie, you guys are blacksmiths. We got bakers in this church. You guys were the bakers. You were a family of bakers. Why? Everybody carried an identity in their name of this is who we are. We're the bakers. What else do we have? We got the Smiths, we got bakers, we had the shepherds. You're a bunch of shepherds running around being shepherds together. This is who we were. We were saying, we as a family work as a unit. We help each other get to the vision that God has placed on their life.